So Dana and I talked earlier, and we wanted to make sure that we got you guys started out right for December. So it's really crucial that you guys are posting and sharing about like the holidays and how you're having fun, but you're staying with your goals because people are watching you despite what you think. And if you aren't having fun and you aren't sharing that you're having fun while you're doing all these fun things like working out and making healthy but still, yummy meals. I think that Samantha's on now too, by the way.
Yep.
But if you guys aren't, sharing these things, nobody knows. So, like you have to invite people into your life and into your experiences. And especially this is the time to do it because we actually have lots of good things that you can do for, drinks and food and such like that that you can bring to holiday parties and such. So trust me, share your goals and be on top of this because the holidays are the best time to invite people. More people are going to be on Facebook. Everybody wants to see what everybody else is doing. Everybody wants to see all the decorations that everybody's posting and stuff about their kids. So, I mean, especially, okay, we all know that Elf on the Shelf is here to visit right now to watch all the good little kids and boys, girls and boys. Right, Ava? Do you have an elf? You don't have a...
Be here on Tuesday.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. You do have an elf, though, right?
Oh, yeah. What's your elf's name?
Buddy.
Buddy. Oh, my goodness. Liam's elf hasn't come to visit yet either, and his elf's name is Elfbus. So you can only imagine how much we're going to see about how, like, if you guys are being good or bad, right? So we're going to see all these fun little elves everywhere. And I have a feeling that we can all be really creative with sharing how our kids found their little elves. So
I was like, Lynn, should we get elves for our dogs?
Yeah. The elf is coming to see Cooper on Tuesday too.
Yeah, see? And our elf waits until December typically too because, it's that month. But anyway, he likes to celebrate all of his holidays. He got really fat and on Thanksgiving and he's stuck at the North Pole for a few more days. So
Brad said that Elf is going to probably end up having to drink some shake.
Yeah, he needs some Shakeology. But my point is that have fun sharing. Use the things that are around you to really invite people. I don't think I'll post it today, but watch for like Tuesday or Wednesday a fun post about elves. So you can use it afterwards if you guys want, and it's really a good idea for sharing how you could still eat right and somebody's watching kind of thing. So, get creative. So, Dana, would you like to talk about our next topic?
Yeah, it's similar to that is make sure you're talking to people and inviting, even if you're just starting conversations with people. It's so key right now because even if people aren't interested in December because they're just waiting for the new year, you want to be the first person in their mind when it comes to their health and fitness goals because everyone usually has it as their New Year's resolution. So you just want to make sure that just start a conversation, have a conversation with as many people as you possibly can. So then when it comes to that, you're the first person they think of and they go to talk about it for their health and fitness goals. It's just really important to be making sure that we're inviting, talking to people, messaging, and just kind of just keeping ourselves the center of their world when it comes to that. So
I agree. Well, and with that too is, invite them before the resolution. I mean, you have to remember that people want to look good for their holiday pictures. They want to look good for New Year's Eve. Tell them and show them and be an example to them. Because if you wait until afterwards, they're just going to feel sorry and sad about the fact that they had the opportunity to look good for New Year's and then they have to look frumpy. And trust me, I've been there, done that, and it's hard to find your outfit, and then you just get in a crabby mood because nothing seems to fit, And so why not just solve their problem right from the get-go? So make sure you're inviting on your posts, reaching out to people that way, because like there's nothing worse than feeling frumpy when you want to feel good.
Absolutely.
So, and then we have a new ongoing group, Dane.
New ongoing group. So we're going to do a new ongoing group where it's going to continue to run. I don't know if anyone's seen Ashley Nolte's doing one right now. We're doing it differently. So we want to run one group that will continually go on. It's going to be a challenge group, but it doesn't ever end. And the purpose of this is to not have challengers going into repeat group. So what'll happen is if you have a new challenger, you would put them in this month's challenge group. And then once that's done, if they want to continue on their journey, the idea is to put them in this ongoing group. So they're always there. They still can join other groups that we run monthly. We're going to run one other one each month with the exception of this month, and I'll get to that in a little bit. But we think it's a good idea because in that we can kind of also treat it as like if we get new coaches, maybe we can announce that that someone's turned challenger versus coach. So it's going to be run differently than our monthly challenge group. Kristen, do you want to add anything in there?
Yeah. Well, and it's important that people realize that, when we do these things, it's not a starting over point. And that's kind of why we want to have one that's ongoing. You get your starting point so that you're getting the beginning, the focus week that teaches you how to get started. But nobody if you're continuing on your journey, you don't necessarily need that week. So, and who wants to say, oh, well, I need to restart. Well, you might need that, but we want you to continue on, not have it be 21 days and focus only on those 21 days, if that makes sense. So,
because we usually have a week in between sometimes groups, or they don't match up, one doesn't start right after the other. So it's really good to, be able to put them right into something else afterwards. And it's just going to be ongoing. But we do so Kristen and I are going to run the regular monthly one, which is the second week of each month. Her and I will run that one. Everyone's allowed in it. Every coach and all your coaches too, or all your challengers too. But ongoing one, we're looking for coaches who want to run that one. We want y'all to take this over. Where if you think you can run an entire week, that's how Kristen and I do. We enjoy doing an entire week and then having a week off. You could do it that way, or if a specific day works for you and say there's 7 of you and you each have a day that works for you and you just want to post every Monday and then someone else posts every Tuesday. So we're looking for people that want to take initiative on this challenge group and be the daily posters. Everyone is welcome to join. Just let us know.
It's a great way for you to get your feet wet, or even if you have just started running, challenge groups. Obviously, there's more than one, so you're not doing it all by yourself. But the other thing is that these are seasoned people who have already been in challenge groups, so it's they can kind of almost run it themselves, but not. So it's important that we are keeping them on track, and we won't. It's not like we're throwing you to the wolves. Dana and I are going to come up with ideas for the group so that it sustains partially on its own, but we're still kind of mediating it and making sure that it runs correctly. So on to our next topic. We were talking about goals and focus boards. I know that obviously we're all part of the Dream Catchers because we are the trickle down team below that. And so I know most of you, if you haven't already, but you probably have seen where we're doing a push to Emerald group. And I am co-running it with Ashley. And so it's really important that if you guys want to push to Emerald, especially before the new year, which I highly suggest all of you try, that you make a focus board. And it's due, Michelle is being a stickler about this, and I credit her for that because it shows that you have initiative and you have drive. So get your focus board done by tomorrow and you can be in the group, because this is going to help you with your business goals, with your personal goals. Are you covering her mouth? I just looked over, I was like, what is going on? But, you want to make sure that you're hitting your goals. make sure that you're filling out. It's not just about, a mandatory thing to be in that group. It's something that holds you accountable. And Dina and I decided to even take it a step further for all of you guys because we believe in you, and you wouldn't have joined if you didn't want to do this, and especially you wouldn't be on this call if you didn't want to better yourself and to make this business really thrive for yourself. So this is what we decided. Even if you're not doing the Push to Emerald group, we want you to create a focus board, not for December necessarily, like the Emerald group, but for a whole next year. So it's like little goals. Like, let's say you want to be Diamond by April 1st or something like that. Make a goal board and post it. It's not due tomorrow. It would be obviously due by the end of the year. But I would suggest getting on that sooner than later because that gives you that one step for day one. Then you already know what your goal is and you start off right away strong because we want you guys to really push and to thrive and to be the best version of yourself starting off with day one because trust me, my business, and I'm pretty sure really picked up at the end of December or January. So if you focus on your business, you will find that you're getting rewarded. So make sure you're doing those focus boards because they keep you accountable.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing our own focus boards as well. And if you have any questions or need to talk to your direct personally sponsored coach as far as like what goals you're wanting to do and all that stuff. So, oh, awesome. I'm excited. Okay, so Hammer and Chisel, guys. I'm ridiculously excited about this program. So here's the game. Liz and I are running a challenge group together for Hammer and Chisel. We are going to run it for the full 60 days. There's also still going to be a regular challenge group that Kristen and I are going to run too. So this one that Liz and I are going to do is specific to Hammer and Chisel. And I didn't get to mention this to you, Linz, but I was thinking because my sister wants to do it too, but she doesn't have she's not dealing with her husband. So I think I want to do a couple buy-in and a single buy-in. And then, so there'd be two pools. I don't know if you guys have seen Nick Westbrook does a pool with the men and they put in like $10 and that pool just goes into a PayPal account and it sits there. And what happens is the couple will win money. The best result couple will win the pool for the couples, and then a single individual will win the pool for the individual. And so Kristen suggested that it was $15 for a couple, so it's a deal as a couple, and then it's $5, or is it $10 for one person and then $15 for a couple, right?
Yep, 10 for one and then 15 for a couple. So then it pushes you to want to do it with your partner.
Exactly. So that's going to be specific to Hammer and Chisel. The plan is to open the group. The group will officially start prep week December 14th. I'm going to open it up a week early because what I want to do is kind of run the week beforehand as an event so we can put anyone who's interested in the program in this group, even if they haven't purchased it yet, they're just interested in learning about it and wanting, to learn more. And then if they haven't purchased the program by that Sunday evening, and I will let them know this, they will be removed from that group. Only people that purchase the program will remain in the group. People, if they don't want to compete and they don't want to be part of the pool and put in the money, they don't have to. That's just an extra incentive, but they can still be part of it as long as they purchase the program. Does that make sense? And then this will run for a full 60 days. And everyone will have to send their, at least, I get, Vince and I would actually, either one of us would have to have everyone's before measurements and after measurements and pictures. They don't have to post in the group. So all that information will be in there. But the point is, like, for the week before, we can let people know what kind of equipment they need. And it'll give us time to get the program in and learn a little bit about it before we actually start, because none of us know about this program other than things that we've been learning, but we haven't actually tried it yet either. So that's the point. So we're pretty excited. So everyone's invited. Just start promoting it. If you're doing it with your husband, do it with your husband. I'm going to try, Clifton's doing it with me, so I'm going to try to do it with him. Get people excited about it. My sister's doing it. She just did the one online with me this weekend and absolutely loved it. And she's like, I'm going to get this one. Tomorrow's wake up call is with Autumn and and all about I think I say his name wrong, all about the program. I'll get that right before.
Baby Samantha. So, obviously, we're going to have the Hammer and Chisel group, but we are definitely still planning on doing our regular December one, and that will, the accountability group will be starting next week. So, this week we're starting, I'm sure you guys all saw the post that Dana posted, is we're going to do, instead of doing a free clean eating group, she said, well, you know how many people probably forgot about their goals after Thanksgiving? Why don't we give everybody hey, here's your free pass to get back on track, group. So I think it's a great idea. Plus, I think that you have an opportunity to really get people excited about what you do, but it's a way also that we can kind of sneak in things, even if people aren't going through you for programs right now, they may be interested in finding out how I can get healthier, and we'll talk about working out and such. And so we're going to also push that, hey, reach out to your coach or whoever invited you to this group, because we have some awesome accountability groups that we'll push on further into this. And that's why we obviously always do that before our next accountability group, so that it's a good lead in. So make sure that you guys are inviting. Do a post tonight. I don't know if anybody saw my post earlier, because it's the time of giving for everybody else. You give to your family, your friends. I mean, it's the holiday season, whether or not, whatever religion you believe in, Hanukkah, Christmas, they all give. So therefore, why not give to yourself too? If you aren't giving to yourself, you're not giving to anybody else. So.
And post tomorrow. I mean, Monday's a big day. Like first thing in the morning, put a post up. Monday's such a great day for people, like in their mindset. They're like, oh, I want to start over again. So go ahead and post tomorrow. We'll be running all week long.
Yes. And I think it will be a fun one, because Dana and I have some creative, fun ideas that we were coming up with on our call. So I highly suggest. I mean, there'll still be some recipes and such like that too, but yeah, it's a good segue into what we do. So it's obviously not the full-blown thing, but it will get people excited, or at least asking you questions, hopefully. So does anybody have any questions?
I do.
Go for it.
What's that?
For the Hammer and Chisel group, if you want to, say, one of your friends wants to run with you, not like a couple per se, but you do it with somebody else, can you do that?
Yeah.
Certainly.
So it would be, like a couple accountability partner would be.
Yeah.
You guys could just pay the $15 and then be part of that. So yeah, we'll say as a couple accountability partner.
Okay. And then when you're doing that, you don't have to partake in the daily, I don't know if you're going to have daily activities or not, because the person I'm thinking of, they're not on Facebook.
So as far as winning the pool, that's going to be more of the concept of Biggest Loser. So
Okay.
it'll be who has, it'll be what are your results from beginning to end as far as loss of inches and loss in weight. So yeah, no, they'll be fine if they're not on.
Yeah, it's a percentage thing. Obviously, everybody's loss will be different, but it depends on, your starting point to your end point. And it will encourage people to share with you more, and make sure that you guys are asking. I know that we're trying to be a little bit better about that in our groups, asking for measurements and asking for weigh-ins and such like that, because it doesn't leave our group, but it's a good way to keep them accountable, because nobody wants to see that picture where they feel like they're not looking their best. I have a girl that she messages me every single week, and she's embarrassed about showing it. Most of us are. Nobody really wants to post their pictures like that. And we're not, excluded from that either, but it definitely holds us accountable. And she, she's like, I don't really see any progress. And she sent me the pictures, and I'm not kidding you guys. I can definitely see a difference. And so it's important, because what I did is she was just looking at what she had from week to week. She didn't look from the beginning point to the end point. So I took her pictures from the beginning, and I put it in Photify, and I put it next to the most current one, and so that she could really see it. because people don't necessarily look at the beginning to the end, and that's why pictures are so important. And obviously the scale like kind of contributes, but we all know that the scale can go up and down even depending on the time of your day. So make sure that people are taking your pictures. Make sure you're taking pictures. So because obviously if you're trying to talk about a program and you want people to join you, people like results. And as hard as it is to show those pictures, show them. And it doesn't have to be you in your bra or anything like that. Wear a tank top. You could still see your results in a tank top. Trust me, where you don't have to show skin.
And if you're showing it to your if the challenge is showing it to you, you're their coach. They trust you. And we've all been where they are. We're all there. You know what I mean? Like we all know what it feels like. So hopefully they feel safe enough to at least show it to you. But in this group, you're definitely going to have to give it to Linz and I, just because we have to be able to tally the results at the end. So. And I mean, we're not going to show them if they're not comfortable with showing them, and at least not until we'll ask them at the end if they want to show before and after if they're comfortable with it, but we won't show anyone's photos if they're not comfortable with it.
Right. No, I have a girl who just actually messaged me today and said, this has to stay between the two of us. And it was her results from August until now. And she has had 2 kids and looks phenomenal. Her goal is by the time her second child hits 1 that she's lost 40 pounds. Now she's halfway there, but it's something between her and I. Obviously our goal is so that you get shared, we build a trust within the group that it gets shared within the group. But a lot of these people don't know you or everybody else in the group, and it's a comfort thing. So make sure that they know that they can just message it to just you and that it stays within just the 2 of you. I always tell people, because they ask, are you going to share this? And I say, no, the only time I'll share it is if you tell me I'm allowed to. And honestly, it all depends on if you feel comfortable or not. It's not about me, it's about you. So this is your journey, not my journey. I share my journey. It doesn't mean I have to share yours. So any other questions?
Yeah, what exactly is the free group that starts tomorrow? Sorry, Ava was screaming while you guys were
Oh, you're fine. Well, it's not really a pre-group. It's the ongoing group. So what we're going to do is
the free one that you said, the one that starts tomorrow.
Oh,
track one. Yeah, that's just going to be instead of, how we always run the free clean eating group. This will just be a free back on track, because I think that a lot of times once Thanksgiving hits, people forget to get back on track and they just stay off until the new year. So the point is to get us, even for us, like it's a great reset to get back to making sure we're drinking our water regularly, we're washing our portions, we're getting our workouts in regularly, just kind of like little reminders about how much water we're supposed to be drinking, portion control. We'll share recipes in there. We're going to be talking about Shakeology, just different things, and keeping ourselves accountable, but sharing that with other people and getting people excited about getting back on track and getting refocusing on their health and fitness goals. I did open the group right before this call started, so I'm going to be posting in our our big Dynasty page, and then you can invite people. I'd invite tonight and then invite tomorrow morning because it'll be going all week. It's a great way to kind of reset our minds and get back on track, so we don't continue down the indulgent path.
Well, and most of us live in cold states. So that means that there's going to be snow on the ground soon. And so a lot of people make excuses, or rather, like if you were out and about, you might have been walking more, whether it's to the store. Like, I don't know about you, but when it's snowy outside, I hate pushing my cart in slush. So I try to find the closest parking spot to the store as possible, even though I actually prefer to park out further because it makes me work harder. But like, if I can't push that cart with a, almost 30-pound child and a grocery, filled cart, there's no way that I'm going to park that far. So people aren't getting the exercise that they may normally get. So it's really important that we're, helping them to find other ways to get their health and fitness on, 30 minutes a day in your room or in your, living room is an easy way for you to still stay active and feel good about yourself. You're not getting outside because Lord knows, at least here in Michigan, about 90% of the winter is gloomy and cloudy and overcast, and we don't see sunshine. And so we need our vitamin D, but, you know, you get endorphins that get released, you know, I mean, because obviously you get happy when you're getting your vitamin D and whatnot, but endorphins are released when you are working out too, guys. So, you know, let's kick the winter blues and let's make each other happy by working out. So prove to other people why and how they can do it. And that's the whole point, is, you know, getting back on track that way. So, any other questions? Samantha, I know you're always good for a question, dude.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Well, when I did go away, I will say my dad's girlfriend, who's been doing the 21-day fix, lost like unreal. She looks so good. She said she only lost 15 pounds, but she looks like she lost like so much weight. I couldn't believe it.
Did she take inches? Did she measure inches?
No, she does all of her measurements on Mondays, so she's gonna send them all to me tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. But she's gonna sign as a coach next month. But it kind of was like a trickle down effect. So basically, just keep sharing. The people that are trying to reach to Emerald, just keep sharing what you're doing, even with your family members, even if you think they're not interested. You'd be surprised who is actually interested in what you're doing.
Agreed. And the girl, her
follow him. That he's like, oh, your wife does this. Oh, your wife does this. And I'm like, they don't ever or say anything, but apparently they're watching.
See?
Right,
like,
right. Even
Samantha,
like my dad's girlfriend's daughter, that I've never talked to her. She wants to join the 21-day fix next month. She's gonna join and start with the 21-day fix. So I thought that was like, I never talked to her. She's just my friend on Facebook.
Didn't you say though that her dad's girlfriend already has people lined up that are probably going to coach too?
Oh yeah, she looks amazing. Like, and she's the house that everybody goes to, like for dinners, whatever, functions, everything. So like I told her, she's gonna definitely take off with people asking her what she's doing, because she looks like so good. Last time I saw her was September. And even my dad, he was like, she looks like she lost like 25 pounds.
There you guys go. Like, proof is sharing.
And even when I know a lot of people that I speak to that are part of our groups, they get discouraged that it's not working out. Just keep sharing. It's not going to work like overnight, but you have to just keep sharing and keep talking to people and keep inviting people. And even if you're bad with inviting, just strike up a conversation. You'd be surprised how many people will ask you, oh, I saw that you're losing weight, or I see what you're doing on Facebook, and they'll start a conversation with you about it too.
And that's so true. You guys have to remember that people are watching you constantly. So, and that's what makes us different than every other MLM either, is that we share. We don't just tell. It's a journey we're taking you on. And we're not telling you that you have to buy something. We're showing you what it's done for us. So that's why it's important that you share, because I know that I get, turned off by all the it works stuff and all that kind of stuff, just because all they do is sell you. And, they're telling you it's an instant thing. Well, obviously we all know I didn't get fat overnight, or I didn't get, chubby overnight. It took time. So I can't click my heels. Like I said before, you can't click your heels and it all just poofs away like you wished it could. So, that's what makes us special. So making sure that you're sharing so that people can see, and bringing up where you started too. Don't just share every day, because once in a while you want to pull from where you started so that people can see. Now everybody's going to go back into your photo album and oh my God, she has really lost a lot of weight, or she looks so great. It isn't until they see you in person otherwise. So making sure that you're sharing from your starting point to your now is really important. Transformation Tuesdays.
And keep sharing your story, even if it's bits and pieces. I just updated my cover photo yesterday, and you can click on it and it has a description, and I shared my story in there. And a fellow coach commented and said, I would have never known. And I mean, this is someone that has been following me or we've been friends for months now, like at least 6 months. And she doesn't even know my story. Like that just goes to show you someone who you know is watching you because you're coaches and you watch each other didn't even know my story. So even if you feel like you're a broken record, not everyone's seeing it.
And your cover photo is a great way to do that and a great place to put it because it shows up as a picture that you just posted. So it's like a post. But honestly, people, even if they're not friends with you, have access to your cover photo typically, even if you have everything else blocked off. So that's your way to brand yourself and to market yourself so people know that you are a coach. You know, show them what your goals are. I mean, look at how Dana has it. Look how, I'm telling you, like, if you use your cover photo, you guys will find a world of a difference. I know that I kept it as a personal thing for a long time, you know, because I didn't really want to post, you know, all this stuff. But I really think if you post the, you know, your 5 things that make you stand out as a coach, people are going to connect to you and they're going to reach out. And I have my story, just like Dana does, as the description. And then I also have, I think, either my link for you to join, but I want to say it's my application. So then people can, you know, you never know who's just reading it and clicking. And then you might just end up with a new challenger or a new coach just right off the bat. And you didn't really do much. So, because that's always there. People can click on that anytime. That's not going to be one of those posts that just all of a sudden drops down because people can always click on your cover photo.
I think I have mine is an application to the challenge group, application to coach. And then I think I have my website link there at the bottom of my.
And we can do a call on how to make applications too, guys. If you anybody's interested, obviously, if you are, please type in the link from this call on our Facebook group so that we know because obviously we want to make sure that it's a day and a time that most of you guys can be there because it's an easy way for you to, you know, kind of get more people interested and just click instead of some people don't want to post I'm in because they don't want everybody else to know that they're in. So it makes it a little more confidential. So.
And it makes it feel like exclusive. Like I remember when I first was introduced to the whole application concept, but it especially when you're saying you want to mentor new coaches and stuff like that, it makes it seem like it's something you have to, like, we're looking for specific people. We're not just looking at anyone.
Any other questions? We only have about a minute left, so.
I'm good.
Well, I hope we answered all you guys, you know, like concerns and whatnot, because it's definitely important to us that we're helping you guys. And if you guys have anything you want addressed, make sure you're posting it and asking questions, because if enough people want to know, it's a good topic to do for these calls versus just asking on the group. Okay, well, thank you guys.
Time to make the call tonight. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do. And this is the most we've ever had on a call, so woo-hoo! Right?
Woo!
So I took several screenshots and no one lined up with a good photo face.
You know what she's going to do? She's going to go to Photoshop and cut and paste everybody so it's like one good looking one.
I thought about that and I was like, no, I can't put that much effort into it. Don't worry though, guys. I look good because I was prepared.
I'm convinced though that we need to, like, one of these times, if we're going to do it, we're going to have to, like, make sure that we go, okay guys, ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Because half the time I'm like in her pictures.
Oh yeah, it's usually when I'm taking it, you're talking.
I know. My mouth is always gaping open.
Oh, okay. Thank you guys so much. Everyone have a good week.